What if artificial intelligence is lying to us? We trust it to solve problems, plan our days, even write our stories. But new research by Apple reveals a shocking truth. AI might not be thinking at all. Instead, it could just be copying patterns and faking logic. No real intelligence, just digital illusion. If that's true, then everything we believe about AI's future might be wrong. Stick around, because what you'll hear next will blow your mind and change how you look at every AI tool. AI often shows steps before giving answers. It looks like it's thinking through problems. But Apple asked, are these steps even real? Maybe AI copies patterns instead of reasoning. Apple tested if those steps made sense. Sometimes the answers were right, but steps weren't. AI fooled us by pretending to think smart. It acted intelligent, but thinking wasn't happening. Those steps were just for show, not logic. What looked like deep thought was fake effort. Apple used puzzles to test real reasoning. These included Hanoi, checkers, and river crossing. The puzzles grew harder in tiny steps. That made it easy to measure thinking. AI got 64,000 tokens to solve each, but the puzzles were built from scratch. No training data could help the models. AI had to think, not recall answers. That's where most models started to fail. They couldn't reason through hard tasks at all. Researchers around the world reacted to findings, showcasing scientists in various labs discussing data. Some called the results shocking and devastating, with a close-up of a researcher gasping at a computer screen. They said AI only mimics thinking, nothing more, featuring a visual of a robot with a puzzled expression. Others blamed training methods, not the models, showing a group of experts debating around a conference table. Maybe AI avoids thinking to save resources, illustrated by a robot looking at a clock, seemingly conserving energy. Some said it gives up too early, depicting a robot stopping mid-task with a frustrated gesture. Others said it's not designed for logic, with a visual of a robot tangled in wires, symbolizing confusion. It's built for language, not solving tough puzzles, showing a robot reading a book, but struggling with a math problem. So maybe AI's thinking is just an illusion, featuring a magician performing a trick, hinting at deception. A smart-looking shell with no deep understanding, showing a shiny robot exterior with a hollow interior. AI works best when patterns are familiar, illustrated by a robot easily assembling identical blocks. If it saw similar tasks during training, depicting a robot successfully completing a repetitive task. It performs well and looks very smart, showing a robot receiving applause from an audience after a successful demonstration. But give it something new. It breaks down, featuring a robot freezing in confusion when faced with an unfamiliar task. Apple's tests removed all past pattern support, showing a lab technician erasing data from a computer screen. And instantly, AI started making strange decisions, depicting a robot making erratic movements. It wasn't solving, just matching what it remembered, showing a robot copying a task without understanding it. This proves AI isn't truly understanding problems, featuring a visual of a robot looking lost in a maze. It's just repeating things it learned before, showing a robot replaying a video of itself completing a task. That's not intelligence. It's advanced memory in disguise, illustrated by a robot wearing a mask, symbolizing hidden truths. Some experts say AI just needs more space, featuring a scientist gesturing towards a large data server. Give it more tokens, and it thinks better, showing a visual of tokens being fed into a machine. But Apple gave plenty, and it still failed, depicting a frustrated technician looking at error messages on a screen. Even with space left, thinking effort dropped, showing a robot slumping over as if exhausted. AI used fewer tokens on harder puzzles, illustrating a robot hesitating before attempting a complex task. It quit early, knowing it would fail, featuring a robot turning away from a challenging puzzle. That's not a resource problem. It's deeper than that, showing a scientist pondering deeply in thought. More tokens won't fix broken reasoning patterns, depicting a robot surrounded by scattered puzzle pieces. We may need a completely new approach, featuring a group of experts brainstorming new ideas on a whiteboard. One that builds real logic, not fake steps, showing a robot constructing a logical flowchart. So is AI thinking, or just pretending? Featuring a split screen of a robot and a human, both looking contemplative. Apple's research reveals a shocking possible truth, showing a researcher unveiling a report with dramatic flair. Modern AI might be a smart illusion, featuring a robot performing tricks like a magician. It performs well, until logic is truly needed, showing a robot confidently presenting until it faces a complex question. Reasoning fails. Steps collapse. Answers lose meaning, depicting a robot crumbling under pressure. We're trusting tools that can't follow instructions, showing a frustrated user trying to communicate with a robot. This changes how we must see AI, featuring a visual of a person looking thoughtfully at a robot. Is it genius, or just a trickster machine? Showing a robot winking playfully at the camera. The truth is unfolding right in front, featuring a dramatic reveal of a hidden truth in a lab. What do you think? Is AI actually real? Showing a person pondering with a thoughtful expression. In simple tasks, basic models worked better, showing a simple task being completed effortlessly. They gave fast answers without extra thinking, illustrating a clock ticking quickly as answers appear on a screen. Reasoning models used more tokens, often wasting them, depicting a pile of tokens being thrown away carelessly. They added useless steps, slowing things down, with a visual of a person stuck in a maze, confused and frustrated. AI tried to act smart, but failed simply, showing a robot attempting to solve a problem, but failing comically. Logic puzzles didn't need long explanations at all, featuring a straightforward puzzle being solved with ease. But reasoning models still created extra confusion, illustrating a tangled web of thoughts and ideas. Even when puzzles were easy, AI struggled, showing a simple puzzle piece that just wouldn't fit. Real thinking wasn't there, just messy guesswork instead, depicting a chaotic desk filled with crumpled papers and failed attempts. Apple proved AI fails even at basics, showcasing an apple rolling off a table, symbolizing failure at a fundamental level. As puzzles got harder, results got worse, illustrating a graph that sharply declines as difficulty increases. Reasoning models completely collapsed under real pressure, showing a tower of blocks toppling over dramatically. In Tower of Hanoi, with 10 discs, depicting a complex tower with discs stacked precariously. AI needed over 1,000 correct moves, illustrating a long, winding path with numerous checkpoints. Most models failed after just 100, showing a scoreboard with a big red X after reaching 100. Their answers stopped making sense very quickly, depicting a jumbled mess of letters and numbers on a screen. It wasn't a token issue. They had space, showing a spacious room filled with tokens, but no one to use them. They just couldn't follow long logical chains, illustrating a chain breaking apart as it stretches too far. Accuracy dropped to 0 across all models, depicting a gauge that drops to empty, signaling failure. Hard tasks exposed AI's biggest hidden weakness, showing a spotlight shining on a cracked wall, symbolizing vulnerability. Apple gave AI the correct solution steps, illustrating a clear path laid out in front of a confused robot. It only had to follow them correctly, showing a robot following a simple line on the ground. No thinking, just simple copy and execution, depicting a robot mimicking a human's actions perfectly. Still, the models failed to complete tasks, showing a robot freezing mid-action, unable to proceed. Even easy moves caused the AI confusion, illustrating a robot scratching its head in bewilderment. In river crossing, AI failed after 6 steps, depicting a river with stepping stones and a robot hesitating at the edge. The full solution needed only 11 moves, showing a clear path across the river with only a few stones. This wasn't memory loss, it was failed logic, illustrating a brain with gears that are stuck and not turning. Even when told what to do, AI collapsed, showing a robot short-circuiting when given instructions. That exposed a deep flaw in current models, depicting a cracked mirror reflecting a distorted image of the AI.